young men and women 5. And so after 20, by 30, that woman, I lost somebody close enough. Like I said, dealing with trying to figure out how to get, do some type of addiction. Like we're not even gonna talk. I'm talking about outside of smoking weed, and I'm not condoning that. You know what I'm saying? But even then, like, why would you want to sit around just smoking weed? You know what I mean? I guess, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just serious because at the end of the day, it's gonna make you more unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna people ain't smoking weed and going on a jog. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are, but that's between you and God. You get what I'm saying? That's probably the lowest thing. You know what I'm saying? I believe in harm reduction for sure, but as far as you drinking, you know what I'm saying, every more than once a month, I say, you know what I'm saying, or twice a month, some wine or something like that, dog, you're gonna be unhealthy, and you cutting days off and you might be partying off. But I'm saying you're gonna be more by the time the people are 30, they develop unhealthy habits, smoking cigarettes, things like that, stressed out, lost this, lost that, problems with family, trauma, you know what I'm saying? Which means Satan is getting in and creating strongholds in the mind. A lot of us struggled with, I know I used to anger problems, you know what I'm saying? That's what, watch didn't fit in 3 and 4. I talked about coming from, gangs, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, jail all the time, you know what I'm saying? Selling, doing stuff. I just, you know what I'm saying? And so, you want to develop, first off, a relationship with God while you're young. But this message, that's for another time. But you want to include her or him, but you want to marry the man. Don't be just playing around. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna regret it. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gonna listen, some of you not. If you want to play the field, you know what I'm saying, and you got, you want to play Russian roulette, take somebody for granted. If you ain't got a man and woman, and you 21, this and that, it's still good to know. But I'm saying if you got that right now and you're thinking about taking her for granted or him, you're going to regret it. I'm talking about 10, 12 years later. You're going to regret it. You get what I'm saying? It's not going to get any easier. You're going to just have to learn to settle for some stuff, unfortunately, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? She's going to have luggage. He's going to have luggage. You know what I'm saying? So that means, I can remember back when I was like, especially under 13, I hadn't really gone through a lot of trauma at the time, so I was way more cheerful. You way more happy, and we're not talking about the smarts, but we're talking about the spirit to what to not, what I'm saying. Can you imagine looking over your shoulder all the time and every day waking up wondering